Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Two Idiots Talk NBA featuring me and Gabriel Daustis. So, in today's video, we will be talking about the first quarter of the NBA season and our predictions for the five major awards: MVP, Most Improved Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Coach of the Year. So, me and Gabe, we're gonna be talking about who we think is gonna win each award. I gave Gabe some time to prepare this, so we'll be talking about our top three players for each award. So we're gonna start with MVP, probably the most important one.
Yeah.
The one where most people are gonna be like listening to, and people want to know who's winning MVP. It's a very important award. So Gabe, who's in your top three for MVP this season?
So far, my top three, I have LeBron at one, right?
Yeah.
Lakers, still, every time you play them, you get scared of the king.
Yeah.
So LeBron. Then my second, I actually have Joel Embiid, right?
Okay.
He's been possibly the best center compared to Jokic in the NBA right now. He's putting up 27 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a few blocks and a steal, and they have the best record right now in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
So Joel Embiid has been just killing it this season. And my other player, actually, I have two. I have Curry and Jokic.
Okay.
Curry, my thing for it is because he's averaging 29 a game on a decent Warriors team, but as the season goes on, I can see him keeping those same numbers and Golden State getting better. And Jokic, well, it's pretty damn easy. He's averaging a triple-double on a decent team, so those are my top four per se.
I have a similar top three. So at number one, I have LeBron. I think he should win MVP this year. It's a good storyline too. It's a good narrative. NBA, they love their narratives. So LeBron, if he won, that'd be amazing for the NBA. Great for his legacy. And I actually believe he's on one of the best teams in the league, and he's the best player on that team. So he deserves. And then second, I actually have Jokic. I know Jokic, they started off to a slow start, but they've been winning a lot, okay? Recently, they've been winning. And Jokic's been killing it. Crazy fantasy numbers.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Having like 20. I don't know how he's doing. Obviously, he's not as good as a defender as the other players, but he's doing so much offensively, passing the ball, his vision, all of that. So that's very important for the team. And he's like, Jamal Murray's not even playing that well, so Jokic's the only one carrying the team. So then
compared to the bubble, Jamal Murray is nothing to what he was. So.
Exactly. So then for the third spot, I have Joel Embiid, number one team in the East. He's been killing it. Ben Simmons has an off year, so Joel Embiid is picking the slack up, so he's having a really good season. And then obviously the honorable mention, Curry. Even you can put Dame in honorable mention too. Curry's having a really good season, so is Dame. So that's my top three for MVP. So let's move on to another pretty important award, the Rookie of the Year award. So previously, if you win the Rookie of the Year award, it's a pretty big deal. But it's not that big of a deal, but it's pretty big.
It's bragging rights, right? You won Rookie of the Year in the NBA, so it's bragging rights to your other fellow draftees per se.
Exactly, and we remember the race between Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons. That was a big race.
Yep.
But this year, we also have a pretty big race. So I just want to hear your top three, Gabe.
So at number one, I have Lamelo. Pretty obvious, right? He's been putting up insane numbers since he started. Since starting for Charlotte. Then I have Tyrese Haliburton. Very unexpected. I didn't expect him to put numbers like this. And he got drafted, what was it, 11th, Eric? And I think he should have been at least top 7. So that's a good surprise for Tyrese. And then I have James Wiseman, the number 2 pick. He's been putting up decent numbers for the whole year, right? An average 12 and 8 on a good Warriors team. So I think he's a for sure runner-up for Rookie of the Year.
Okay, so same. LaMelo. He's gonna win it. I believe he's gonna win it.
Yeah, he's a good chance he will.
He's leading in the top 4 categories, top 5 except blocks. He's basically leading the Rookie of the Year race. Tyrese Haliburton, close second though. Tyrese Haliburton having a really good season. Really good player on that Sacramento team. Very important player for them. And then third, I'm probably gonna go like James Wiseman, but Emmanuel Quickly and Cole Anthony have been having a really good season too. Quickly was a steal for the New York Knicks.
For sure.
And
was that 17?
I don't really.
Something like that. Yeah, one of those picks.
And then Cole Anthony was a 15th pick, so that was a steal for Orlando. And since Marco Fultz is out, he hit that clutch shot. Tyrese been hitting clutch shots. So yeah. let's move on here. We're gonna go defensive player of the year.
Oh.
This year's a little tricky, so
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
So for me at number one right now, I have Miles Turner.
Okay.
Man's averaging 4.2
Yeah,
blocks
I
a
know,
game on
ridiculous. Yeah.
one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah.
So pretty
Mhm.
self-explanatory. Then I have Rudy Gobert, right?
Mhm.
Also one of the best defenders in the league on one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Mhm.
So it makes sense. And this one's kind of up and down. I have Giannis. Um, Giannis, he's relying more on his offense this season. He wasn't as impactful with defense as he has this season as last year. So, but he's still putting up 1.5 blocks, 1.5 steals.
Yeah.
So he's still putting up Giannis numbers. So that's why I have him at number three.
Some good fantasy numbers there too.
Yeah, great fantasy numbers.
So for defensive player of the year, number one, I have Rudy Gobert. I think he's gonna go 3 years in a row here. No. He won two and then he didn't win last year. But
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert, my guy, he's always in the race. But this year, I think he should. He's probably not gonna win. But I feel like he has a good chance.
I
to
know. I
win.
feel like it has to come through more in the end of
Yeah.
the season. Like
Because he
if
didn't play well against
that's
Jokic. Jokic killed him in one of those games.
true.
But he is becoming more. He can defend more the perimeter. But if you watch the games, he's scary. Like no one wants to go near the paint when he's there. You know,
Mhm.
it's so hard to
For sure.
throw on him in the paint. So people just shoot threes in mid range. So it's tough.
They're scared of him. He has that. He has an intimidator factor. So
Yeah. And then Miles Turner, I have him at second. Miles Turner, he's a very versatile defender too.
yeah,
He can
shoot threes.
defend, the paint. He can also defend the perimeter. And then at number three, the Lakers boy Anthony Davis, having a really good season. He's not playing as good offensive numbers, but defensively he's been doing the same. Very solid for that team. Pretty underrated season so far, just because he's not having good points per game. Like he's still having a really good defensive player of the year numbers. And then Giannis, I'll put him in honorable mentions. So we'll move on here. So we have most improved player. This is a very interesting category.
This gets spicy in this one.
Yeah. So who you got?
I have Jeremy Grant at number one.
Okay.
Man's putting up 25 a game
Yeah.
on the Detroit Pistons, even though they're kind of.
Yeah.
But it's still most improved. It doesn't matter if you have a winning record. It's really all about stats.
Yeah, he didn't
putting
have
up good stats.
Yeah, last year was okay.
Yeah, he was putting up like 13 points, but he's bumping up to 25, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then I have Colin Sexton at 2.
Okay.
Right? Colin Sexton playing up 24 a game on a decent Cavs team, but I feel like as the season goes on, the numbers will go down, but I still think he'll average around 20, 23, 22 points a game. And then this one, this is who I think should win it, but he just got injured, so I have Christian Woods at 3, right? We don't know the time frame for Christian Woods' injury. He could be out a month, 2 months, so that could really have an effect on his most improved chances of winning it. So those are my top 3 for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
some good candidates. So me, number one, I have Jeremy Grant. He put up his numbers went up plus 10 points. He's been a really good player on that. Even though they're not winning, they've beaten some good teams.
They have.
They have beaten.
He went to double OT with the Lakers yesterday.
Exactly. So they've beaten some they're a good team. They're a very competitive team. So Jeremy Grant's the best player on the team. He's been playing some good minutes. And then at second, I have Christian Woods, but if he wasn't injured, he'd probably be first right now because he was having an amazing season. This really
on a winning team too. So
if you're just talking about the first quarter of the NBA season, so the first 20 games or so, he's definitely winning. He was gonna win most improved player. And then at third, I'm a little iffy here. I have Colin Sexton, but I'm probably not gonna keep Colin Sexton there because the thing with Colin Sexton is he was averaging 20 points last season. This year he's averaging 23, but he is impacting winning this year more than he was last year. And he's
Cavs are winning more than last year, so
he's a lot more clutch this year too. So which is very important. So if you impact winning, that's more valuable than any points per game you can put up. But I also have DeAndre Hunter in here, who last year he was averaging 12, 13 points, pretty decent. But this year he's averaging 17 points. Very important player on that team. He just got injured too. So DeAndre Hunter, I have him there. Very good player. And I think he's probably gonna be. He might be if Woods doesn't continue playing and DeAndre Hunter comes back. I can see him being a candidate. So now we're gonna move on to our last award, The coach of
For
the year
last. Sixth man of the year, Eric.
Oh yeah, okay. We totally forgot about sixth man of the year. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll go coach of the year and then sixth man of the year. So coach of the
Perfect.
year, who you got?
It's really a toss-up between Doc Rivers and Quinn Snyder, right?
Yeah.
Quinn Snyder, best record in the league, best defense, almost top 5 offense.
Exactly.
But then you have Doc Rivers, who's really rebuilt the culture for the 76ers, right? 76ers, they had no locker room presence. They had no guy to speak up. But now they have Doc Rivers, who has won a championship, who's won 50 plus games in the NBA. So that culture change has really done an impact on the 76ers. So that's who I have. And then my top 3, Tyronn Lue, right?
Okay.
The Clippers, but who everyone expected the Clippers to do good. So
yeah, I have a similar top 3. So I have Quinn Snyder at number 1, the Utah Jazz GOAT. So our GOAT. We've been playing very well defensively.
Yeah.
We're very well offensively, and the difference this year is we're number 1 in the league in 3 points made. So we've been shooting so many shots. Even though we have Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert on the team, everyone else on our team can shoot, which is very important. And we've been shooting some very efficient shots, which is one of the reasons why we're number 1 in the league.
For sure.
And then second, Doc Rivers. He took a kind of dysfunctional team. They've had all the COVID thing. They had to play like 7 plays.
Yeah.
So he took a really bad situation and turned it into a really positive situation. They're number 1 in the East. Joel Embiid is having MVP caliber season. Ben Simmons is playing really good defense. He's a good player, you know? And then they still like Steph Curry, his son-in-law, having a really good season. Danny Green's playing the Danny Green.
It is Danny Green role, yeah.
So yeah, then at third, this is a little where it gets iffy because it's kind of hard. But I have either Coach Popovich, who took his Spurs team. They're in the playoffs right now. And their team is they're okay, but he's coached that team very well. And also a controversial one. I'll put Steve Nash in there. I know he's probably not the best of best of coaches, but if I believe Nets can end up first in the East at the end of the season, just because of their offense. But if Steve Nash can make his team play a bit more defense, he can be coach of the year. But realistically, you don't really have to be a good coach to coach that Nets team, you know?
No. All you really need at the trade deadline, I expect them to make a trade at the trade deadline for a good center. Either be with a first-round pick, DeAndre Jordan, possibly get Andre Drummond, or another key piece just to really keep that defensive core so the superstars can really do what they want, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to move on. We're going to go to our last award that I actually forgot about in the beginning of the video. So, sixth man of the year. So you probably wrote down some. I have a couple people in my head. So who's your top 3?
I mean, mine's kind of biased because
TRoss,
whatever. But I have number 1. I have Jordan Clarkson as sixth man of the year. Then I have Boucher, but Boucher, I don't know. He started off the season super hot, averaging almost 20 points, 10 rebounds for like a 7-span stretch of games. But he's been kind of finding his rhythm recently. So he'll be an off and on, but we'll see. And then you gotta have Terrence Ross in the conversation, right?
The conversation, sure.
Gotta always put Terrence in the conversation.
Okay, I have a kind of similar top 3. So number 1, I'm my boy Jordan Clarkson. He's been killing it, averaging like 17, 18 points per game. Yeah. Absolutely killer. Because the thing for Utah is we need someone that can create their own shot, and he's just
he's a perfect example of that.
But he's just pure scorer, you know.
And he knows how to play with the offense too.
Exactly.
All his role is just shoot threes and shoot mid ranges. Like that's all he has to do.
Very well on that Utah team.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Chris Boucher as well. I think Chris Boucher, he's a little inconsistent. He depends on his matchup. It depends on his matchup if he's gonna play well. If he plays bad, he's gonna have a terrible game. You know, things like that. Exactly. Yeah. So, but he has had a really good season. His per 36 numbers are out of this world. Like he's had a really good season, averaging good numbers. And then number 3, I'm not gonna put TRoss in there, but low-key, it was Lamelo would have been a sixth man of the year, but now he's gonna start starting because of Devontae Terry Rozier got injured, so he's gonna start starting a little more. So he's probably not gonna be in the contention. But at first, I had him in there. But I'm actually gonna go with someone either like Monte Morris or Tyus Jones. I feel like those players are kind of underrated. Tyus Jones, I don't know, because John Moran gets injured, so Tyus Jones was starting a bit, but Tyus Jones putting up some good numbers, playing some good defense. So I can see him, or Monte Morris, very underrated sixth man of the year.
Just steady good point guards that come
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that about wraps up our video. Thanks for watching. Two idiots talk NBA.
Two idiots talk NBA.
So we'll come back with another episode real soon. So, thanks for watching. Peace.
Peace out.